There are many different methods for solving quadratic equations, depending on which format you have. Let's take a look at the equations shown here. X squared minus 2 equals 34. The quantity x plus 12 times the quantity x minus 3 equals 1,350. The quantity x plus 3 squared equals negative 7. Negative x squared plus 2 and 5/10 times x equals negative 5 and 25/100. What is the most effective strategy for solving each one? Let's start with the first equation. The best and most effective strategy to solve for x in the first equation would be to isolate the variable. Start by adding 2 to both sides of the equation. You'll now have x squared equals 36. Since 36 is a perfect square, you can take the square root of both sides to solve. The solution is x equals positive 6 and x equals negative 6. How can we solve the equation the quantity x plus 12 times the quantity x minus 3 equals 1,350? In this equation, you can't easily isolate the variables because they're part of the factors. The easiest way to solve this equation is to first multiply the two factors and then subtract both sides of the equal sign by 1,350. Let's work toward using the zero product property to solve the equation. This equation, when factored, becomes the quantity x minus 32 times the quantity x plus 42 equals 0. Now there are two factors equal to 0. Each can be set equal to 0 with the zero product property. Once set equal to 0, we can solve for x. X equals 32 and x equals negative 42. Let's take on the next one. How can we quickly solve the quantity x plus 3 squared equals negative 7? To determine a solution, if any, to this equation, take the square root of both sides. Notice there is a square root of a negative number. This means that there are no real solutions to the equation x plus 3 squared equals negative 7. A clue on this equation is there is a square quantity on the left side and a negative quantity on the right. Last one. How can we solve negative x squared plus 2 and 5/10 times x equals negative 5 and 25/100? Because of the decimals in the equation, the most effective strategy will be to solve by graphing. At x equals negative 1 and 36/100, and x equals 3 and 86/100, y equals 0. Therefore, x equals negative 1 and 36/100, and x equals 3 and 86/100 are solutions to the equation negative x squared plus 2 and 50/100 x equals negative 5 and 25/100. As you could see, we had many different strategies to solve an equation. Isolate the variable, zero product property, graphing. And don't forget, sometimes there is no solution.